Yeah.
My New Year's resolution was no smoking, this and that. That shit didn't last long.
Mine's to fucking read more.
Bro, love reading. You gotta read.
I don't.
You got to, because that's how you really
sleepy.
educate yourself.
Yeah, I know. When I was taking Mandarin, like the Chinese philosophies, like it don't matter how much money you have, it's how much you read.
Yeah, knowledge is power.
We should totally make like an intro song too.
We could kick it off right now. Then we could start
I'm ready, dude.
Okay.
Let's fucking get it. It's always now, baby. We got the fucking one and only fucking Kev Revette. Oh, fucking the Kev Rev report.
I'm happy to be here. We've been talking about it for a minute, and now it's just time to jump into it.
Yeah, man. You still doing the Following Out podcast and stuff?
No, we're not doing the followed out. I want to, but the pandemic kind of fucked us. My last episode, it was in February before the corona even hit. I went on with a mask fucking around, and then after that, it's like nobody get near each other, social distance, all sorts of shit, so we stopped doing it.
Yeah.
But I definitely miss it because that was fun, man. We had a whole little vibe going with that.
Yeah.
And it was super nice because we had my buddy Doug doing all the computer shit. I'm good on a computer, gaming and whatnot, but I can't do the behind the scenes background shit. I'd have to learn it all. So that's tough. But like, we can get into it with what you just started with. You said that your New Year's resolution is to read more.
Yeah, read more.
What do you want to read?
First book I want to read, Art of War.
Okay, I heard Art of War is great. Yep, who wrote Art of War?
Sun Tzu.
Okay.
I think I might be pronouncing that wrong, but yeah, I'm good metaphorically, so I feel like I can read that book and utilize it in life, as you know what I'm saying. Every day is a fucking battle. You know what I'm saying.
Lately, my reading kick is it's all just financial shit, not like boring shit. Like I'll recommend a couple books for you, okay?
Please.
Have you ever read Rich Dad Poor Dad?
I'm telling you, I haven't read it.
You haven't? Okay, so any book you haven't read?
Yeah,
so this book,
5 books I've read.
I read, okay, so during the pandemic is when I had, listen, life was going so fucking fast before the pandemic. We were going, it's nonstop. What's up, kitty? And then all of a sudden, life went to a halt. So I had all this extra time in my hands. Yeah, I was going to school, I was doing all that. And at one point, I'm like, I just need to start picking up way more books and reading. I got all this time. So I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The author is Robert Kiyosaki. He was a Marine, and he was in the Vietnam War fighting communism. And he's a gold bug, it's called. A gold bug is somebody who invests into gold. And it was illegal to own gold in the United States until 1973. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I'll take a foul like on the podcast. But it's 71 or 73. You couldn't own investment bars of gold. Why? I don't exactly know what the behind the scenes was, but in the 1930s, the president basically went to every person's house and said, you either need to give us your gold or you're going to get this crazy fine or prison time. So it was illegal to own gold. I think it was Roosevelt, he took the gold back, he raised the price on it. Whoever owned gold, he sold it to them for like $25, say, and then made the market price $35 once he had it all back. And then we got put on the gold standard. Well, in the 70s, Nixon took us off the gold standard. So gold is a good one, and that's what Robert Kiyosaki always talks about, and he just started getting into Bitcoin. The book, though, I go on tangents all the time. You're going to hear it throughout this podcast. But his book, man, you're going to want to check it out because it opens up the doors of perspective. Not only does it, like the book, it's an easy read. It's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It talks about his rich dad, who was actually, his rich dad didn't go to college, but was business owner, did super well, had multiple businesses in his hands and different things, but he was the rich dad. His poor dad, he calls, was actually his father who went to college and was buried in debt, didn't know anything about financial literacy. And he goes back and forth between what they each taught him. But the main thing that comes out of it to me that you'll see if you read it, easy read, like I said, you can get through it. If you read 10 pages a day, you could read, you could read 10 pages a day, you could read 20 books a year. So that's 200-page books every 20 days. So it's not bad. But the book will teach you about perspective. So you go into a store and it's like, oh, something costs a lot of money and you're like, I can't afford that. That's what a lot of people think. But the book, when you're reading it, opens up your mind to like, wait, don't think I can't afford it. Think, how do I find a way to afford it?
Oh, yeah.
And that's, most people don't think like that. Like they'll get so stuck, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. They'll have absolutes, can'ts, won'ts, forever, stuff like that. And it's like, you shouldn't think like that. It should be more of a, how do I do this? I can't, blah, blah, blah. How do I go about doing that? And then
100%.
the other one is making your money work for you. It's really important to, once you acquire money, to figure out a way to put it into something and diversify it to make money back. So when you're not working, well, not so you're not spending it. So when you're not working, you don't have to put all this energy and time into every time you make a dollar, your money's making it for you. Because what is money? Money is the value of energy, like the calorie when you eat food. I just got caught up. But money is the value of energy. So when it's one of the only things that could be passed on and one of the only energies that gets stored and passed on. Think about it. Everybody works so hard their whole lives and they kill themselves for money because we made it that. And that's what brings us into Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a better form of a store of value, and it's the most sound money there is. And it's interesting because there's no government behind it.
Now, what I think is cool about Bitcoin is this is what I be telling people is you go to Europe, you can use like the euro or the Deutschmark or whatever as their paper currency, but nobody there is going to accept a U.S. bill, like the actual physical bill. I feel like Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are the only universal money.
It is. It's a good universal money. That's one of its use cases for sure. I like that because I always explain this to people. This is just one of the many use cases of it. Okay, so say you go to Amsterdam, right? Mm-hmm. And say you go to Amsterdam and you before your flight you got $1,000. You want to get euros. Yeah, you have to go to the fucking exchange. There's one here in like North Syracuse, and they tax you an arm and a leg, and you end up losing like 30% of your money. So I mean, you already lose a chunk because the euro's worth more, and then you lose fees and chunk on whatever you convert. So you're like, fuck. So with Bitcoin, there's ATMs over there. You would literally just type in your wallet address or scan a QR code, and it will spit you out dollars in that whatever current, like wherever you are in that currency.
Now this is already in effect, or
there's already ATMs. There's ATMs here in Syracuse. There's a couple.
That accept Bitcoin?
Yeah, that you could get money from.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you could Google it on your phone. Yeah. Is there? Yeah, you're right. I've looked up one before, and I think it came up in the mall. And it's like X Express or some bullshit like company. It does. So that's my thing. I looked up the prices of those motherfuckers, and they're only $2,000 to $10,000, depending if you want to buy one that you could buy, sell, and send, or if you just want one that you can just get your money back from.
Are you talking about an ATM?
Yeah, I think as time goes on, sticking those in places could be a big thing.
Bro, that's like, I was thinking the Froyo machines at one point, the like self-serve Froyo machines, because very low maintenance. It's all freezer shit, so it'll last a long time. But that's, and you get your little 3% ATM fee. Yep.
We should back it up because some people that watch this, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck is Bitcoin?" They're like, what are they even talking about? So basically, Bitcoin was created in 2008, but it was launched in 2009. You could go to bitcoin.org, and it has the white pages. Basically, Satoshi Nakamoto, or however you want to pronounce it, he made this flawless system that you buy computer software essentially and send it over an email in easy terms. And he did this right after the 2008 housing crash. So he did it at a time when the dollar got super devalued and the same kind of thing of inflation, and banks fucked us basically, and they had to get bailed out. They were giving out too much in loans, knowing people couldn't afford it, and we had a housing crisis, housing crash, a lot of bankruptcy. And it's going to happen again, and it's going to be another shitty fucking year. But basically, Bitcoin came out around that time, and what it is it works on the blockchain network and the blockchain technology. And what blockchain does is it connects everybody, and it leaves a ledger of all participants of every time it's used, so everybody can see it. And what's also nice with the Bitcoin is it nobody thinks about it, but it solved the general Byzantine's problem of double spending. So you can't counterfeit Bitcoin. Every currency, fiat currency, fiat meaning issued by the government, has been able to be manipulated by fucking printing and just people make money and shit. But you can't make Bitcoin. And it's fascinating. It has the network effect. How Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, Instagram, they have the network effect. Bitcoin does. Me and you benefit off of Nigeria buying a bunch of Bitcoin. Nigeria benefits off U.S. buying it. Little, corporations.
It's like I hate to say this, a pyramid scheme.
No, it's not at all. Because what it would be a Ponzi scheme. Could you bring it up? Because I think a Ponzi scheme is actually defined by a system in which new investors are paid by the old investors, but under the term, Ponzi scheme, no, with a Z, Z-I.
Not that.
No, P-O-N.
Ponzi.
It's with an I.
Really? What a weird fucking word.
A form of fraud in which the belief in success of non-existent enterprise is fostered by the payment of quick returns to the first investors for money invested by later investors.
I mean, how's that any different?
How is it different is that the first investors, a lot of them aren't selling.
Well, yeah,
Of course, they'll grab bits and pieces, but if it was essentially a pyramid scheme, it would be a top to bottom every single time. But actually what's happening is the rich they've been holding for over 10 years the top 0.053%, and none of them are selling. Some of these cold wallets with like a ton of Bitcoin the rich want to get richer.
It's funny, I had a cold wallet.
Did you?
Years ago. My buddy gave
shit.
me one. He's like, I had an extra one. I was like, oh, I fucking threw it in a tote and never used it.
The rich want to get richer, of course. So essentially, I'm trying to think of another way. I was just hearing it by Max Kaiser.
But don't they? I mean, they would benefit more off of the more people who buy in later, who are buying in. Let's say in 6 months from now.
But that says non-existent enterprise. Bitcoin has use cases. Bitcoin's a store of value, halves every 4 years. It's mining, just kind of like a gold mine or silver mine. Thank you. That has use cases, and it's essentially buying software. When you're investing in a Ponzi scheme, you're not getting anything.
No, I get what you're saying.
I
get what you're saying. There's no real. It's kind of just all fucking woo.
Exactly. Where's the money coming from? Who's in it? With Bitcoin, you see every participant. If you buy Bitcoin, I buy Bitcoin, I could see. You can't look up Vinnie Freeman, here's your wallet, but you could see all your transactions ever with it with no name attached to it, but it just shows. They never go away, which is a good thing. So it can hold everybody accountable, and that's what keeps the system going. So say you buy $50 worth of Bitcoin, every single person, and you want to send it to me, every single person on the Bitcoin network gets that signal. We get the $1 billion signals all the time. We don't see it because we don't get that in depth, but it has to bounce off me, you, and the next person just to verify it.
Okay.
So a Ponzi scheme would be like you're saying. It's there's nothing like how they got Matt McConaughey on fucking Wolf of Wall Street. There's fucking or whatever. Can I see your lighter again?
No, and again, that's why I said I hated calling it a pyramid scheme, but it is. It's one of those things where the more people believe in it, the more people build, the stronger it is.
Yeah, but that's any currency.
Yeah.
But with
we could have been trading rocks and just this is another,
we were for a while,
and that's what gold is theoretically.
Exactly, gold are just shiny rocks that have lived on for years and years
with
and
a high
years.
conductivity.
And going into gold, don't get me wrong, I like gold. Gold is a good store of value. Gold will not get you rich. Gold keeps you rich. If you have $1 million and you put it in the bank, by next year you will have $1 million still, but your buying power is going to be $750,000. You're losing money because of inflation.
Okay, so
the government is printing so much fucking money that our dollars is being worth less and less and less due to these stimulus packages and whatnot. With gold, you put $1 million in it, you're gonna be at like 950,000 probably to 1,100,000. It's gonna bounce. You're not just gonna drop down 200 or like 25 base points. So
that's a crazy way to even think about it, though. Like I've never even thought about it. If it just sits in the bank, it literally loses just its value.
You lose buying power, the U.S. dollar. So that's why all these rich people are taking their treasury reserve on their balance sheet. Like Michael Saylor he had 500 million. He put it all in. Cash App put 50 million in. Guggenheim, Scott Minerd, they put a bunch in. JP Morgan's bullish on it now. Jamie Dimon. All these top rich people are bullish on it because they understand the main driving force is the scarcity behind it. That's what most people don't get. There's only 21 million coins ever in existence.
Okay, so we're talking about Bitcoin again too, because you lost me a little bit on
Did
there
I?
where we were at. Yeah.
Okay, I was just
we were talking about gold, and then we jumped back.
Yeah. But that's okay. So jumping around. But so many people are into Bitcoin though because of the scarceness. Gold mines 2%.
It's a digital gold standard. That's the way I look at it.
Gold is mined at 2% inflation a year. So the gold you have, the miners mine 2% a year, which they add to the supply. So it's like Bitcoin will never have an added amount to the supply. There's a finite number.
I mean, we'll eventually run out of gold as well. There's only an X amount of gold on the earth.
No, if you look it up right now, the reason why Musk is trying to crank out outer space so much, same with Japan and Russia. This isn't some Alex Jones shit, but I really looked it up. They're trying to mine asteroids that literally have $4 trillion worth of gold and minerals on there, and they're getting close. And I heard Japan's already mining them. So if they do this, gold is going to become even more obsolete because
it's going to be more worthless.
It's gonna
which I never even thought about the fact that there's probably an infinite amount of gold in space, and once we get to that point of transportation, it's just fucking.
Your Bitcoin can't be confiscated. No government can take it. Like gold was taken, bringing us back. Your Bitcoin is your Bitcoin. You own it.
Now, okay, I got a question I didn't even have written down that just made me think about it. Now, what about tax purposes when it comes to Bitcoin?
You hold it for longer than a year, 20%, give or take some. You don't, you're gonna pay more.
I'm confused.
So say you make $1 million and you hold it for a year, you're probably gonna pay $200,000 in taxes. It's like anything. It's called realized gains and capital gains taxes. There's a Fed tax on it.
So, like,
if you live in certain places, you don't. But that's only Puerto Rico, and you'd have to give up your U.S. citizenship.
So what I'm saying is irrelevant to what you put in it. Say next year you pull out $6,000 in Bitcoin. That's how much you made. You profited. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. You have to claim that depending on what you make.
Okay.
I don't do tax, so it all depends on what you make.
Yeah, I got a tax guy too. So
exactly. I got a buddy who lives out here that I ask questions to all the time. Bro, this guy is such a hard hitter. I won't say his name, but I'm like, hey, do you mess with Bitcoin at all? He's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I threw $80,000 in it. Like, this is when it was like 14K. So he's literally sitting on like 300 in Bitcoin now. I'm like, oh my fucking God. But it's how it's moving.
Now, I believe you said you started 3 years ago, right?
Yes, I bought when it was high. But I bought when it was going up. And you know Benji?
Yeah.
Benji was on Litecoin, and I was on Litecoin, and I was on XRP. I thought those two had serious potential. They're now labeled as shit coins, and I'm jumping all over basically, but a shit coin is defined by any coin besides Bitcoin, even Ethereum, but Ethereum has a great use case, but a shit coin is any coin with like a user that can manipulate the amount in the circulating supply. See, Satoshi's gone. He hasn't been around. He can't change how many Bitcoin there are. The protocol is in. With Litecoin, this guy Charlie Lee sold all of it, made billions of dollars, and it just crashed. And he still works on it and whatnot. But that tells me he lost faith. Ethereum, they can make more of it. XRP, they can make endless of it. There's 9999999 in circulation supply. So that's where I was in 2017. I wasn't in Bitcoin how I should have through all the dips and drops, but I've been back in it throughout the years, acquiring, and the goal is just to let it sit for probably 5 years before I even try to pull some of it.
See, when I first heard about Bitcoin, I was super sus because it was like when dark webs first started popping. I first started hearing about that.
Yep.
And I'm like, dude, this is just for like drug dealers and shit. I'm like, I don't think I use any use of it. And now,
think about this though: criminals adopt everything first: pagers, beepers, cell phones, the internet, texting. Bitcoin, they'll always find a way. They always have to be smarter, but those days are done. You guys don't hear about. Do you hear that anymore? About that's Bitcoin's use case is just for dark web?
No, it's not even.
Well, I know it's
that narrative. Oh, I know it's still used that, but do you hear that as the narrative? That's all that's for?
No.
That's not what you hear on the internet no more. You hear about institutional investors and all these big guys jumping in it. That's but here's the thing, talking about what you were saying with tax purposes, Warren Buffett says the ideal holding time of an asset is forever because taxes are so much. So what you do...
So if you never pull out, you don't owe anything, right?
Exactly. but you could borrow against it. So hear me out. A lot of families will be in New York City. Okay, you buy a block in the 30s for fucking $100 million. By the 50s, it's worth 200. By the 60s, 400. Now today, it's worth $2 billion. They never sell their block. They just go to the bank and they take out loans on it because their assets appreciate. So your Bitcoin, if it jumps up high enough, you could take out loans against it. There's a BlockFi.com. There's a website. It's trusted where you could take out loans on your Bitcoin if you had to. And it's just beautiful. Say it jumps up 100K, you have 50K in, or say it goes up to $1 million, because I can make the case after this, Bitcoin could hit $1 million. And say you got 50, 60K in there, and you don't want to pull it. You could take a loan out on it for a small percent, and now you own all your Bitcoin, and you have a loan you got to pay back. So like that's like an asset. So what I'm hoping is hold it for 5 years, see what's going on with it. If it's crazy sum, borrow, maybe pull some, but borrow against it. I think they're so scarce. There's going to be a day people are spending $1 million, $2 million, $3 million of Bitcoin. Think about it. As the years go on, it's only going to keep climbing. It's network effect. More people are going to want in. All companies are going to want it is their cash reserve, because cash is losing value. So I've heard there's so many companies right now in the sidelines that are just waiting to get in approval of the board. So there's institutions that Q2 last summer that are trying to get in for Q2 of this summer for Bitcoin, but it goes through the board and it's so slow with pandemic, this and that. It can't get approval of all the company, letting all the shareholders know what they're doing, this and that. It's happening. And what's so crazy is I just sit home and read all fucking day and just listen to podcasts and YouTube. So I might sound crazy, but like this is what's going on. It's nuts. I think it's going to pay off big time.
Yeah, I was trying to explain to people how, because I'm like, you basically already use a digital crypto, like a digital form of currency, because I'm like, where does look at your bank account? Like online banking is basically,
for every $10 you put in your bank account that you use on a debit card, the Treasury prints $100. So it's like you put in 10, they print 100 to loan out and shit. It's all bullshit. The US dollar, there's $100 trillion bill in Zimbabwe because they keep inflating so much. We're not going to get there. Yeah, there's a $100 trillion bill in Zimbabwe. You can buy them online for next to nothing, stacks of them for fun. We should oh, I brought you a gift. You deserve one of these.
Oh, shit.
That's a Bitcoin coin. It's just a little thing for the desk or something.
That's fucking fire. I'm going to hit this one real quick with it. That's fucking sick.
You've proved your worthiness of it. Huh. I'm just kidding. But yeah, definitely that you'll keep that around.
I'm at about 1/10.
Excellent. Bro, that's enough. 1/10 is going to be worth multiple retirements if you keep it. Bro, I'm telling you, if you wait 10 years, it's going to be unreal. Yeah, we look at it every day because it's just fun and exciting. Oh, yeah. But I'm telling you, the more through the ups, through the downs, say it hits 100K, crashes back to 40K, it's still doing amazing. It's going to take, I don't know, predict any crashes, but it will happen eventually because everything tops out and then it goes down and it goes up. But
yeah, if you look at the charts,
time horizon is on our side.
You look at the charts, they're going to be dropped. But there's always rise. I mean, it's with every stock you really look at. Like, you know, you got to zoom out farther. You know, you can't look at them close things. You got to just constant climbers. I bought some penny stocks when the pandemic first hit that are now worth like $3-4.
Excellent. Yeah. You can't beat that.
Yeah.
I encourage all penny stockers to keep trying to make your money and whatnot. That isn't for me. I'm a long-term macro investor. I see trends and I look on a large scale. I don't really look on the micro, so penny stocks are kind of hard for me to follow, but I could see kind of like world trends and where to put your money when this happens. Pandemic hits, pull out of this, put options on this, put options on this. Oh, this is opening back up.
That's call penny stock shit, right?
No, not necessarily. Tesla, you could put call options and put options. My cousin Elias is the king of those, and you could do that on Robinhood. And basically what it is a down payment on 100 shares of either going up or down, and you're calling it ahead of time, and you think it's either going to go up or down. It's like gambling, basically. So, but there's certain times, like during pandemics and whatnot, you could time it out and whatnot. So that's kind of where the trend comes in. But yeah, most people. But you know what I was saying? Me, you, and what's your name again, boss? John. We're all time billionaires. As in, like, would you trade your life right now to be Warren Buffett?
Probably not. No.
Would you? Yeah. You would. But you have to take everything that comes with it. You're 95. You have probably 3 years left.
I know he was 95.
Hold on. Let me explain it. You're 95. He's all sorts of pain. He's probably got like 3 years left of living, but you're one of the richest in the world. You know, I won it. Because you know what he would do? He'd give every single dollar that he owns to be back in our shoes. What most people don't get is this. In seconds, 11 days is what is it? In seconds, 1,000,000 seconds is 11 days. 1,000,000,000 seconds is 30 years. That's the difference between 1,000,000 and 1,000,000,000. 11 days are 30 years. So we have like 2 billion seconds left of our time. Isn't that crazy how like to think on that level?
Do you know what my uncle told me once? That is, if you made $5,000 a day from the day Christopher Columbus came to America, you still wouldn't be a billionaire.
Makes sense. I've heard stats like that.
If you made $5,000 a day from the day he pulled up to America.
Imagine that.
Well, quoted from 1942.
That's insane. That's just fucking insane.
Yeah. $5,000 a day. So get to work, kids.
Absolutely.
And it's not impossible. That's what people need to really fathom, dude.
Yep.
It's like, you know, like a lot of people don't even like weird thing. I like to do guess that net, which I should have did that with you. That's another fun game I do where I just like list off a bunch of celebrities and we guess their net worth. But like a lot of people don't realize like Kanye West is worth more than Jay-Z now.
I canceled Kanye West.
Yeah, you canceled him?
Dude, I heard he's fucking on Jeffree Star and cheating on Kim K. I fucking disowned him for that.
I don't like the publicity kings, dude.
Are they?
What do you mean? He's married to Kim K.
I know. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought you meant Jeffree Star and Kanye.
Oh, Jeffree Star's even bigger fucking publicity stunt. But
yeah, so once I heard, I don't even know. It don't even matter. But I was just like, fuck,
He's
I can't be cheering him on no more.
Kanye West is my spirit animal.
I heard that.
Yeah, dude. He's always been, dude. A lot of everything he's ever done.
Jeffree Star might be next. Dude.
Oh shit.
I'm just kidding.
Jeffree Star's already been canceled a bunch of times because he did some weird shit. I guess.
Shit. I don't follow him, but that's fucking.
I cancel canceling. I don't do cancel culture.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I like to give people credit for what they do. But let's get back to fucking the bit. Let's hit the bit.
Bro, actually, speaking of celebrities that you brought it up, we could talk about a couple that are just getting into bit.
Okay.
You seen that shit about Russell Okung for the Panthers, 2-time Pro Bowler?
No.
All right. So
doesn't he want to be paid in Bitcoin?
He did get paid. He did. He's getting half of his salary for the next 4 years paid in Bitcoin. $6.5 million a year for the next 4 years. This guy, Jack Mallers, owner of Strike, and it's it's owner of Strike powered by Zap or some shit like that. And basically it's the new Cash App, except there's no fees. There's no fees to send money or do anything like that, but with Bitcoin too, I'm hearing. But it's not supported in New York yet. But also you can have this company that's everybody's vouching for them, so I know they're legit. But you could have your check go through them, and they could take like 5% and just dedicate it to Bitcoin every week, so you don't even got to worry about doing it. So a lot of these like top NFL players and a lot of these big names are going through this company and getting their salaries and shit converted directly into Bitcoin. They're probably getting incentives and whatnot to use them, but it's actually cool that you could do that.
That is cool as fuck.
Another one yesterday I seen it actually. I was on, do you know who Tobias Harris is? You guys don't follow NBA, so you know who Tobias Harris is?
I mean, I know his
name.
Do I know
So
who
he's
he
made,
is?
I think he made the All-Star once or so, maybe he didn't, but he played for the Clippers. Now he plays for the Sixers. And he missed 2 free throws at the end of a game two days ago, and it would have covered the spread for the game. And somebody tweeted like, dude, you missed both free throws, you cost me $1,900. And he tweeted back, you should have put that shit in Bitcoin. And it's like, damn, that's another all-star tweeting about Bitcoin. That's a third. And it's just getting, it's bigger. Logan Paul messaged this guy, Anthony Pompliano, and last night, and he was posting it like, hey, he wants to get involved in Bitcoin. We need
Logan,
all these people to do this because it just helps us. All these millionaires start.
You know what he just skyrocketed to? Was fucking Pokemon cards, dude.
Okay.
Because like I used to be in Pokemon cards when I was a kid.
I was a Pokemon card fanatic.
And like I'm back on the fucking craze, yeah.
Bro.
I'm actually doing a card opening later tonight.
Dude, me and Elias, listen to this. We went to this dude's warehouse and he fucking was like, my kids were trying to get 500 for these. I think they're crazy. He ended up giving us to them for 150. We sold them all quick for 500, but we looked and we had like $500 cards. And this was over the pandemic, like 6 months ago. We sold all sorts of like shadowless, borderless, this and that. We didn't know fucking. So that sucks. But I do like, and I was just telling my roommate, I want to buy like some dope Charizards. If I want to find them.
I just bought a base set. Like an entire base set.
I want to find. They're worth money if you can find the good ones, bro. Like big money, good edition, first edition.
Some shadowless hitters.
Yep. So I want to give a couple names to people in the Bitcoin world where they can follow. And I touched up on it today on my newsletter, and you could find the newsletter at the kevreveport.substack.com. And when Bitcoin's not on a crazy run and I'm going crazy myself, I sit down and do it. But bro, I've been so excited lately. It's just been doubling, another. And it's
Let's
just
see where we're at right now.
hopefully we broke 42 again. But we'll see.
We're sitting at 41.
41.
41.3.
All right, we'll take it.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy still. It's honestly crazy we just broke 40 like that. Listen, we went from 30K to 40K, and I think it was 1 week.
Bro, we were supposed to do this podcast at 19.
I know.
At 19. We were supposed to do it at 19. Fuck, when I came over, it was like 20, and then I came over the next day, it was 21, 22, 23. Yep. I love that.
Christmas hit, and then New Year's hit, and now we're here. And now people are going to think we're just jumping on it, but little do they know we had this planned, like you said, when it was before 20K.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to tell some people about a couple of people that they could, if anybody wants to learn more for themselves and get into Bitcoin, I would listen to, on any platform, the Pomp Podcast. Let me take a sip of this water. The Pomp Podcast is by Anthony Pompliano. He's CEO or just co-owner or something of Morgan Creek Digital. Guy's a genius. He does what we do like this. He's invested hundreds of $millions into crypto startups. And also what he does is he'll fucking like bring Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank on. He'll bring on the Michael Saylor. He'll bring on just all these top shelf names in the industry that want to get involved in Bitcoin and learn. And he's really a good starter for people. Super informative. He has a newsletter also. Another big name in the industry that I like is this cat Michael Saylor, man. He's fucking unreal. Bring up this on here. People can't see it. Go to MicroStrategy.
Oh, I forgot I was going to record the thing, but
MicroStrategy.com. This is fucking dope. So this is CEO of MicroStrategy. It's been around since 1989. Michael Saylor was a rocket scientist. He was tweeting Elon Musk about 2 weeks ago, telling Elon Musk how he could purchase $1 billion on his balance sheet of Bitcoin.
Because wasn't he wanting to convert Tesla stock to
convert his cash on his balance sheet into Bitcoin? And Elon's like, wait, you can make a purchase that big? And fucking Michael Saylor was like, rocket scientist to rocket scientist, I'll show you my playbook offline. So get a hold of me. So if Tesla hops in there or a big name, bro, we're going to the moon with them.
You said MicroStrategy.com?
Yeah, MicroStrategy. Probably go, yep, right there, down a little bit. There's always some ad.
Oh, yeah.
So click that. You probably could have clicked. All right. So go to Hyperintelligence on the left. All right, go down a little bit. Click Bitcoin right there, Bitcoin strategy.
Where?
Right there in the picture. So this right here on microstrategy.com basically takes Bitcoin, and you could scroll down, you could click the US dollar right there. Or hover over it. All right, so it's telling you right there, if you keep your money in $100 in Bitcoin versus $100 in USD, you're going to lose 79% in USD.
In 12 months?
In 12 months. You're going to lose 51, at the rate right now, you're going to lose 51%, you're going to lose 73%, and in 5 years, you're going to lose 99% because of how big. Now, you could scroll over like Apple. There are a couple that say that they're going to outperform Bitcoin. You scroll down a little bit. Right there, Apple's the #1 company. So you're still, if you keep your money in Apple versus Bitcoin, you're going to lose 63%. So this actually lets investors know that if they're like, I got $1,000, what should I put it in? It's basically saying that for the next couple of years that Bitcoin's going to outperform everything at the current rate, especially because of this. Every 4 years, Bitcoin halves. Have we talked about that, or do you know about this?
You were telling me about how it makes it twice as hard to mine.
Okay, right? So we'll start with this. You got 2009, or 2008, you got one computer to mine Bitcoin. And mining Bitcoin is basically your computer has your graphics card and shit is solving.
See, because John thinks we can do it.
No, you guys can't. But you're solving.
No. What I'm talking about as a whole right now, if you actually properly have things set up, you can make it worth your while to where, as of now, like right now with the technology of the graphics cards, they are honestly boosting everything right now. So now when back in 2009, your thing that was doing all of it now look at it's the same level when you have all of this.
Yeah. But you know how much? So to make an even yield, basically, for me and you to even stay positive, we'd spend a couple grand, and you could put these Bitcoin mines as your baseboard floor heater, and people do it. And yeah, you'll save money because you won't have to spend money on heat anymore. But to mine anything worthwhile, you need lots of money right now, like hundreds of thousands of dollars to even think about mining it profitably. And the problem is, every 4 years you need double the amount. So yeah, you started with one computer, and you got 7,200 Bitcoin a day worldwide. Not you personally, but whatever, how many you had gets a chunk. But say it was exactly 7,200 a day, and with one computer. 4 years later, you need two computers, and it got cut to 3,600 Bitcoin per day. 4 years later, it got cut to 1,800 Bitcoin per day, and then in May 2020, it got cut to 900 Bitcoin per day. And now every 4 years, so that's what drives it, the price
so
too.
There's 900 worldwide that can be mined a day.
Yeah, that's it. And in 4 years, it's going to 450. 4 years after that, 225. So in 2028, there's going to be only 225 made a day.
And will it ever get down to zero?
Yes, 2,113, I think. That's insane. But bro,
2113.
So in like
2113.
Roasted by that.
So we'll, dead ass.
Dead.
Yeah, maybe our Bitcoin will be worth so much we could buy another life. But listen,
Download into the robots, dude. The AI.
dude, imagine this. Like, there was a time where $1, I think a couple of years ago, was worth like 4.5 million satoshis. Now $1 gets you like less than 3,000. There's gonna be a day when $1 equals one satoshi. It's gonna happen as the dollar keeps devaluing.
I mean, at that point, it would be what, 100 million?
Yeah,
Because there's 100 million in it, right?
it will happen. It will take some time, but if everybody is a group and the network effect, it does. If it goes off like that. So back to the Michael Saylor guy. Okay. So other than this microstrategy.com, which he built for people to use with this hyperintelligence tool, he's on YouTube with Robert Breedlove. It's called the Saylor series, and he goes from the Stone Age to the Bronze Age to the Iron Age. Now the digital age explains man all the way up, and this guy basically took $500 million bet 2 times now when Bitcoin was like 16, 17K. He's made multi-billions now, and he's like one of the biggest advocates, I don't know what the word, advocates for Bitcoin right now. And like, because he's a rocket scientist, everybody just loves it, and he's just coming out with new content all the time. This guy Robert Breedlove is another big name for people. So we got Anthony Pompliano, Robert Kiyosaki, Michael Saylor, and now we're up to Robert Breedlove. He has good YouTube content. And he works with Michael Saylor on the Saylor series. It's an 8-part series. And he also has an open letter to Ray Dalio with Pomp. And when you review this or whatever, you should check all these out. They're super informative. They're really easily broken down for people, and it just opens up your eyes. There's a couple other like cats I follow, like some people that called Bitcoin at $1, bro. There's YouTube videos of guys like, please, I'm telling you, just buy Bitcoin buy $1 worth of Bitcoin, let it sit for 10 years. It was in 2013, so $1 is now like $500,000. If you would have bought $1 in Bitcoin,
was it worth? How much was
a Bitcoin? Was like 30-40 cents or something.
Oh, at that time,
yeah. Or it was $1 to $1 at that time.
Which $1 to $1, you'd be at 40 grand right now.
So it was actually 20 cents. So you'd be at.
Well, I'm saying if you got a Bitcoin that would cost $1 at the time.
I remember. I think it was actually, he was saying for $1 you got 5 Bitcoin, and he was just begging people to do it.
Oh my god.
I know. Imagine.
Dude, I had a lot of people trying to get me on Bitcoin. One of my buddies, dude, we don't really talk anymore. It's a shame. I had a lot of love for him, but I can only imagine what he's sitting on right now.
If he didn't sell, a lot of people sell. Some people don't have the balls, and like, not saying he doesn't, but a lot of people, if they put it in real low,
he's been on it since day one.
Oh, then he's definitely got something. Yeah.
Like, he's the one who gave me the wallet.
Jump, and I'll watch the Bitcoin price go like this, and then bing, somebody just got rich, and then it's like, okay, the wall will get eaten up.
We were just talking about that, how once it hits 100K, it's gonna drop hard.
Yeah, it might. Or it's such, bro, Bitcoin, listen.
Well, now that because like I was even joking that once.
Bitcoin is this capacitor, okay? It's fucking pulsating, bro. And it's sucking shit in this dark hole of fiat. Fiat's any money issued by a government. It's basically just this hole sucking in money and just growing. Bro, its market cap flipped Facebook today. Insane. It's headed for Tesla next. It's only like 1 times away from being the richest company, but it's not a company in the world.
I know that was another thing I was going to ask. Is like, where's the money go?
The money goes to us. You buy software.
So when you're buying a Bitcoin,
Coinbase buys these Bitcoin. Somebody rich started the company and bought these Bitcoin and now sells them to people, and he buys them back and charges a fee, and they keep the fee. But those Bitcoin, there's nobody. They're just out there, and some aren't made yet because they're not mined because Satoshi only lets you mine a certain amount per day. It's fucking crazy, bro. And it's better than gold, because here's why. You keep money in gold. So you have $100 million in gold for 100 years. It devalues it, I think, such a rate that the math is after your 100 years, you'll be left with $12.5 million.
With $100 million of gold?
After 100 years, it's 12.5. It's fucking brutal. And if you keep cash as that, you lose 99%.
Bro, I think generational wealth like that is kind of insane, though. Like, I fucking...
Bro, if you own a .01 Bitcoin, there's a time, if it never gets sold, that is generational wealth. I am telling you, as time goes on, yeah, there's going to be crashes. I've been saying it, and I'll say it now. Like, people got to expect them. We're going up on such a fucking crazy path. There's got to be a big drop. Some billionaire is going to want to buy a yacht soon, you know? But then more people are going to be in it and buy up because they're going to be like, wait, that's a great price to buy in. Now we're back in it.
But
this fuel is it's rocket fuel right now.
It's funny you said that, because I'm mentally, in my mind, predict. Yeah, it's beat right now.
Yeah, I got some right here.
But I mentally predicted a big drop at 100K. Because
Isn't that such a crazy though to think it's good, like 100K, bro.
And my reason behind that, because I was even joking that I'm like, at 100K, I'm gonna fucking get rid of half of mine and keep the other half in there.
That's a lot of mentalities.
But I had that I had the thought that a lot of people thought like that. So I figured, once they start selling, they're gonna be devalued. It's gonna drop down. But now that I know I can borrow against it, that's like and hopefully,
unless you gotta sell.
Hopefully, to the 200 people who listen to this podcast, realize that
And what if it soars past 100? What if we just get one of
those
those
100
to 105? Next day drops down a little bit. Next 108, and then we just get Bro, we're getting these crazy days. Do you got that letter back? Or did I give it back?
I got it right here.
Oh, okay. We've been getting crazy fucking gains. But what comes with gains comes the L's. But I'm loving this wave right now. I bought these T-shirts off Amazon. I say "I told you so" with the Bitcoin symbol on the O. I can't wait. I wanted to wear it if it came in.
There's this rapper that we're Instagram friends. I don't know. He that's the best way to describe him. We've talked a few times on Instagram, but he's got a song called Bitcoin Money. And he actually did a podcast with Jordan Belfler and shit.
No shit.
And Jordan Belfler's big on Bitcoin. You know who that is, obviously.
Yeah, Wolf of Wall Street. Yep. Yeah, Bitcoin, because it's not governed.
What was the price at when you started, if you don't mind me asking?
7. Well, I had... 7,000-ish. Ooh, to 8,000. That one hit good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I started noticing it was going to pick up some heavy steam. It had just halved, and what was really beautiful is I was at the casino and I was playing roulette, and I had won some. Maybe it was on sports betting or something. I won some cash, and I was like, I want to grab some Bitcoin with it. And I put some into Bitcoin, and sure enough, bro, during the summer when Bitcoin was only 10K a piece, I put $100 on this online casino you could bet with Bitcoin, and I ran it up and just kind of left it as Bitcoin, and I'm so glad because that's even not whole coins, but that's even more in there. So it's just gonna keep fucking steamrolling, and eventually that .01 the .1 that you have, you'll be worth a millionaire. You'll be a millionaire. I know it will one day hit 100K, and then one day it will hit 200K, and then it will hit here's the crazy thing. So the market cap of Bitcoin is roughly 725 million right now, and gold is 10 trillion. So I think Bitcoin is going to be equal to gold, and when that happens, a Bitcoin is worth 500K, and I think that's going to happen by 2025. And so do the Winklevoss twins, who are the world's first Bitcoin billionaires. Winklevoss twins got fucked. Do you ever hear of them?
No.
So there's a great book. It's called Bitcoin Billionaires. It's by Ben Mesrich, and it basically tells the story of the twins that went to Harvard. And the twins created Facebook They asked Mark Zuckerberg for their help. Zuckerberg fucked them, and then they went through years of lawsuits, blah blah blah. But in 2013, they were in Ibiza, or 2012, and somebody was telling them all about Bitcoin at this party, and they got stuck on it, and they just started buying Bitcoin and buying and advocating for it. And they, when Bitcoin hit 10K, they became the world's first Bitcoin billionaires. Now there's a bunch of them. And they were the first publicly acknowledged ones. So there's probably holders out there that just never... Do you want to hear something cool? You guys like some nerdy shit? You want to know where Bitcoin started, the first like biggest exchange?
100%.
It was called Mt. Gox out of Japan. Mt. Gox started as Magic the Gathering online exchange. They used to sell magic cards. They decided that selling Bitcoin 10 years ago plus was more profitable. So the largest Magic the Gathering exchange turned to the largest Bitcoin exchange. But they didn't follow any rules, so they eventually got shut down. But that's just like a cool fucking fact.
That's dope. Yeah, that's really dope.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Who put you on to Bitcoin?
Had to be... I read the book Rich Dad Poor. I've known about it for years, but what really got me in it is during the quarantine, bro. I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I was like, okay. So at one point I was like, I should pull my stocks that I've had and allocate a big source of that into Bitcoin, and it paid off because I thought stocks were gonna tank, which they didn't. They're still performing good, but I was like, Bitcoin's gonna perform better, and it's going to 10x from here.
I did Uber was my best stock probably.
I liked mutual funds. I liked like Vanguard, VTSAX. It was a $3,000 minimum to start, but basically it was like handpicked by Warren Buffett and his team, all their best stocks, small cap, mid cap, large cap. You got small guys, maybe they had junior minor, just like all sorts of shit. Then they had large players like Apple, Amazon, and they spread it out, and it pays pretty good, and it goes up good because they know where to put it. It averages 10% a year since 1992, and that's the best you can ask for, 10%. You'll double your money every 7 years or less, which is awesome. And then with exponential growth, it will just keep doubling, then 4 times, 8 times, 16 times your initial investment, 32, 64. And then, 64 when you're about maybe 50 or something years old. 60, after 30 years or so, 40 years, you can 64 times your money. Isn't that pretty cool?
But you said that's a $3,000 minimum start?
Yeah, but there's a lot. Anything that yields 10% with exponential growth, after 40 years, you get 64 times your initial investment, which is dope.
Yeah, which I'm a little too burnt to do that. What's fucking $3,000 times 64?
No, I wouldn't recommend any of these. I closed my Vanguard. No. This is what I did do. This is what I had. I was investing in a mutual funds. That was a big one I had. I don't recommend that at all. I don't trust stocks right now. They're inflated. I think the Dow Jones is at the highest it's ever been, hit 31,000. I think there's nobody employed. I think the GDP is the lowest since World War II, and they're printing so much money. It looks good on paper. It's not real. So I don't believe stocks are it right now. So I pulled everything out of stocks, and you want to hedge inflation right now. Like I said, you're gonna lose money, or you're gonna lose buying power on your dollar. So hedging inflation with gold, silver, Bitcoin is the way to go. I don't believe in gold ETFs, is exchange traded funds, which is like a stock. I don't believe in those. I don't believe in silver ETFs. Physical bars of gold, physical bars of silver. Pay $30, go to your bank, get a lockbox, $30 for the year, and you could put your silver coins in there or gold coins in there, and they're safe.
$30 a year for a lockbox?
Yeah, yep. You could just put your gold coins in there. Silver coins are probably like $30 right now, American Eagles, and gold coins. Well, ounce bars are probably like 19 and some change or something, or 18.50 and some change. But that's how you hedge inflation right there. The future. I don't know how it's going to be. I'm not political. I don't really take stance too much. I just, what's better for the U.S. and printing all this money ain't good. All this stimulus, but people need to work. They need to open stuff up. Washington, Oregon, California, New York. We need to open up so people can work, and it's not like chaotic where everybody's broke and can't afford anything. So real estate's tough right now. Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank said he had 28 or 30% in real estate, and that's probably commercial, and now he's down to 8%. He pulled all of it because he thinks the times are even going to get harder. That's the bald guy with the fucking hair around him. with Mark Cuban. You know Shark Tank?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only one I know who's Cuban from Shark Tank.
Yeah.
So.
Cuban said the other day, he tweeted, if Bitcoin hits $1 million, he'll run for president. So that's dope. I don't know if he's trolling or if that's legit, but that would be fucking dope.
That is dope as fuck.
Well, he's rich.
He's rich.
He's fuck you rich.
I want him to like let I keep tweeting him for fun. I'm not even a Dallas fan. I'm like, yo, will you let the Mavericks, or will you accept Bitcoin for payment for Mavericks tickets, blah, 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 just to like fuck around. I've had some people get back to me, which is nice.
Yeah, didn't you have the dudes from Facebook retweet you?
Yeah, they were getting back to me back and forth for maybe like 5 tweets. And they're billionaires, so that's dope. And this is when Bitcoin was only like 18K. Now they're so flooded and have so many people trying to blow them up, they would never get back to me. Everybody on the big names, they're all flooded. I see like their followers are tripling and doubling because Bitcoin's going mainstream. So there's a point in time, this isn't like 2017 though. A lot of people were like, oh, it's going to hit 20K and drop again. Well, those fucking bears are dead, okay? Because there's a bull in a bear market. Bull are people like me who think it's going to go up. Bear are the people, oh, it's going to drop. But the bears are dead because we're 20K past what the fuck they said. Yeah. So they, I forgot where I was going with the bear and bull. But anyways, Bitcoin has room to go at least 10x from here within 5 years. So that's good.
I mean, 10. You think it'd be at 400K in 5 years?
By 5 years, maybe sooner, because it will flip gold's market cap. So I believe, yeah, and that's a short time frame.
I mean, the way I looked at it is when I looked at the charts it was like December 2017. It fucking like really skyrocketed.
Oh, thank you for bringing. That's why. So in exactly my point that I lost. So the bears are dead because they all think it was going to be like 2017. 2017 was retail FOMO. Fear of missing out. People like me, you, and John getting in $20 Coinbase, $100. That's what happened last time. It's starting to happen now. Don't get me wrong. Google trends are coming up for Bitcoin. They weren't too long ago, but now they are. But it's institutional FOMO now. It's bankers, it's hedge fund managers, it's companies. They're on there with big money, like pulling in, like, oh, Bitcoin. So now they're putting it into their strategy and portfolio. MicroStrategy put 500 million in twice. All these billionaires are just pouring money in because they're going to lose money as dollars, and that's the greatest part. If we go into hyper Bitcoinization, which could happen, it would put us at about 220K top.
That'd be wild.
It would be wild, bro.
I love how you call it the institutional FOMO.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's a good one.
It is, because it's all the fucking investors and institutions trying to get in. PayPal made it good to go. It's only been 3 months since them. It's up 20 something thousand or some 25,000 since PayPal said it. It's like, holy fuck. How high can this shit go? It's like, holy fuck.
Now I want to let people know like different places they can get it. Like, you know, there's PayPal, Cash App, Venmo does it.
Yeah. So
Robinhood.
There's all of those. Okay. I've noticed your best bet is Cash App for fees, and it's easy. You fucking go to Cash App.
That was something I was going to ask you if you know the difference between the fees, because I use Cash App for mine.
I don't know them off the top, but Cash App was better. They might have drawn users in, and now it's up, but it was a little better than Coinbase. But Coinbase, I'm fucking against them, even though they're the biggest, because here's why. They're fucking shady as hell. Their CEO, Brian Armstrong, every time Bitcoin goes on this crazy bull, he like cuts off Bitcoin, kills the website. Everybody thinks it crashed. They sell, and then they buy up. Coinbase buys up all the low premium Bitcoin. He's done it like 3-4 times.
Stop.
People are calling him out. Yeah, bro, you can Google it. Stop. People are calling him out. He's a fucking scumbag. Oh shit.
He's cutting people dry, dude. He's cutting
wow.
He's
shaking weak hands to buy at a lower premium. He's fucked up.
Wow. So yeah,
I have a vendetta with Coinbase, so I don't refer them to anybody. Gemini is made by the Winklevoss twins. They're Gemini twins, which is kind of dope. And what's cool about them is one think's on their left side, one think's on their right. One is left-handed, one is right-handed. They're like in sync. They're perfect rowers. It was pretty cool. Their story's interesting. And but Cash App, that's the easiest. PayPal and Robinhood, I don't recommend, and I'll tell you in 1 sec.
Okay.
If you own it on PayPal or Robinhood, you don't own your Bitcoin, because you have no option to send it off of Robinhood or PayPal or Gemini to a cold storage. A cold storage is like a USB drive where you can load your Bitcoin into, and you have a set key. And even if your flash drive breaks, you have your protected you have your protected key that you can just load your Bitcoin back up. And if you have it on Robinhood and you have it on PayPal, you're just like loaning it. They buy it, you're just holding it. Okay. And a lot of people buy it on there because of the ease of access. I'm not trying to scare anybody. You're not going to lose your Bitcoin. It's actually insured 22 or 250,000 FDIC. But I just don't recommend buying it on there either.
That's cool too. I didn't know it was
but here's the
federally
fucking
insured too.
It is. Here's the trash part though. On Cash App, you can only send 2,000 a day. Send. You can sell unlimited though. So
you can only buy 2,000.
No, you can only send it.
Oh, like
send it to somebody in Bitcoin or send it to your cold wallet. Say you buy $5,000 worth, you can only send $2,000 a day. But you could sell it. Say your $5,000 jumps up to $30,000, you could sell all of it. But you can't send more than $2,000 a day. So it's got its like ups and downs.
Isn't that their limit even with cash in general?
I think I think
they got like, because I've had issues with fucking payments with like features and shit where I've had to pay a few grand and shit. And
Kraken is another one, and
Kraken, never even heard of that.
Yeah, I don't use them, but that's another one. You got that's a good question right there to get people on there. And you know what? For your followers, you should do Cash App, make the code, and if they invest more than like 20, you get 20 per person. So like you might, you know what I'm saying? You might be able to rack up some people for listening to this episode.
I'm so digitally retarded, but like, yeah, like hit me up first. I don't want that $15 Cash App ad. I'll send you the link.
So he'll send on the podcast. You could just set it up at the bottom. Just send your link. It will say there like Cash App invite Vinny Freeman, and then just post it to the video. And if they use it to get set up for Bitcoin, you can get $20 and just load it up into Satoshis.
Yeah, I'll try to do that, folks.
All right, I got an app for everybody, including you, John. It's free to use. Okay, it's called the Fold app. Okay,
the Fold app.
It's pretty dope. What is Bitcoin at? Let's see. Okay, 41. All right, so it's called the Fold app. It looks like this. And basically what it is, it's a prepaid debit card, which you don't even have to get the debit card. You don't have to pay for anything. You put in your email. But here's what's cool. This wheel, you could spin it. I already spin it, but you spin it once a day, and it can land on free Satoshis, 500, 100, 1 million, 10,000, or a multiplier for spending. And I'm waiting for my card. And basically, you could load, say you go into the gas station, you can load $20 on your card, spend it at the gas station, and anytime you spend money, you could go back to the app and spin and get a chance at a whole Bitcoin. Like you could win a whole Bitcoin, and you get a chance to win a whole Bitcoin or other things, and then you go to like your settings, and I got 25k sats in there just from spinning. It's only like $15, $10, but it's free. But once a day you spin.
So you load that with some bread.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet.
Then you spend off that, and then every time you spend, you could
spin. Or if you don't even have the card, you still spin for free once a day.
Really?
Yeah, just download.
No matter what, you still get the fucking.
Yeah, you still get to spin every single day. Up. Yeah, it's cool, just an extra way. Yep, just sign in with your email.
That's wild.
Yeah, so that's a good one for your people. I gotta answer a text right here.
You're good. I mean, I feel like you've answered everything I had on my mind, and you know we've hit a lot of topics for him, and the rest is just fucking fun from there. You know, honestly, that's the best way I've described this. I've always thought it was just craziness, but it's honestly just been fun, and you can, you know, yeah, I think fucking wrap it up because I also got to take a piss.
Yeah. Sounds good. If anybody wants to, we got to link up again if it hits 100K.
Oh, a million.
We'll do a follow. We'll do a follow up for sure.
Oh yeah.
That will be a celebration time.
That'll be a total.
And you know what? It could hit within 8 weeks because of the way we're going.
Bro, if we do this, if that's in 8 weeks, that'd be so lit.
We got 10 grand last week. If it's pumping up a couple grand a day until then, I don't believe it will. Don't trust me, but it's possible now.
Yeah.
Bro, I was investing in Bitcoin and it was like, wow, it's 10 times to 100K. That's a long time. Now it's like 2.5 times less. So it's like, damn. It's 2.5 times, so it's like, holy fuck.
Big ups to Satoshi for fucking making this.
Yep.
It reminds me, you ever see the movie Ready Player One?
No, I didn't.
Oh, it's like a virtual game thing. But again, I gotta take a leak. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, do what you do.
So
we can end it. Yeah, let's smoke up another one before I take off. That was dope, bro. We literally killed that, Vin.
I'll tell you this.
No, okay.
No.
So you're gonna edit this one.
Well, you're technically doing the live editing. I'm just gonna throw the intro song, and I want to make a thumbnail for this.
So basically, all you need me to do is click the camera from camera. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Which you just close the eye. Should honestly, it's not, but I'll put it on.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna move. I'm not gonna be loaf. I have no reason to be loaf.
Oop, oop, oop.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Loaf was doing wild shit for no reason.
That's another reason I figured I'd joint you, because you could one-handed joint.
Yeah. That's.
He was smoking a bowl.
Well, it's loaf too. He struggles with life. Can I use this one?
Sure can.
Okay.
If the projector fucking gets in your eyes, let me know and I'll just shut it off.
All right. I also will. You'll have to drive by. To what time are you doing it tonight?
We'll obviously pick up the cards right after this and shit.
Which one is
You're over here. Either one, don't matter.
Alright.
He's gonna be doing the editing for us because
Where did I set up?
I live edit it now because I'm sick of fucking.
It's a lot easier. It saves you hella time.
Yeah, well, because I started doing somebody's podcast for them, and like it just takes me way too long to sit there and fucking. Takes about. I got it down to 6 hours. It took me 15 hours to use the hour and edit an hour podcast because I'd sit there and chop it off, and it would still come out like fucked up lip wise to where like now I do it where it's like these are all recording on one fucking thing. So
If you don't mind me asking, what's it cost to get edited?
What do you mean?
Like to have your editor do it, or does he like what does he charge?
I mean, he doesn't really have to do much. He just has to click a button. So like when you talk,
Okay.
I got both these cameras set up. When you talk, he clicks you. When I
does
talk,
he
he
charge
swaps
you
over.
or no?
I mean, it's a homie.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Because like I want to do my podcast.
My
again.
girlfriend's gonna start doing it for me now too. It's literally
That's
just
sick.
you click a button.
Okay, you still do all the editing for your own shows, though. Is what it is.
I mean, there's not really any editing left to do.
Gotcha.
Like I said,
Okay.
he cut like it's all recording onto one thing.
Okay.
And then he fucking goes to your camera when you're talking, goes to my camera
Gotcha.
when I'm talking. It's being edited while we're doing
That's
it, so I don't.
dope, bro.
Besides, like, I'm gonna throw in like my little intro song.
Okay.
And like I'm gonna make a thumbnail out of this one because I just like figured out how to go live. Like I went live with my last 2 episodes. Like,
Gotcha.
This one's not actually live. We're just recording it.
Yep. How you doing, Kevin?
I'm John.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
But yeah, man. I'm fucking.
Yeah, bro. I'm pumped.
I'm pumped as fuck too.
Dude, your Facebook pictures don't do you justice. I thought you were like 5'5", dude.
No,
You're coming
no.
out with like a 6'4".
Yeah. Strong 6'3", 6'4". Some days taller when my back was better. What's up?
Oh, we finally got Abby on the podcast. Damn, this is a fucking heavy hitter. Yeah, man. You ever gone to a chiropractor?
Oh yeah.
And I love mine. I go to
Bro, I
one.
played ball so much though, I just fucking crushed my discs, and like they've offered like surgery and shit like that, and I'm like, I don't want to chance it because say it fucks up. I'm a gambler. I've hit some crazy odds before.
That's why I never got surgery on my shoulder.
Yeah, exactly. It ain't worth the risk. So I just got to drop some pounds and keep going to the gym and shit.
I know that feeling. I know that feeling.
Too much to drop pounds.
I know
Bro,
that.
I
I know
love
that
food
feeling.
too much.
I know that feeling. Abby, welcome to the show. But fuck, man. Whenever we want to start riffing, we're recording. So
Yeah, well, hold on. Let me get this joint rolled up.
That's what I figured
We'll do the pre-show right now.
yeah.
Bro, the growth though is insane right now. We won't jump into it yet. No shop talk
Yeah,
yet.
yeah, no.
But it's serious. You guys been watching sports at all? You don't really watch sports, right?
No.
Do you watch NBA or sports? Nope.
No.
I play computer games.
Me too, bro.
I've
I've
never been a huge sports person. It's just I like snowmobiling.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Like I used to ride dirt bikes, but I don't consider
Yeah, I was a skateboarder, so it was like.
I don't consider that really. I played lacrosse just because I was good at something.
What computer game you playing?
What computer games?
Yeah, yep.
I play a lot.
Yeah.
I play like Realm Royale.
Okay.
I play.
You play WoW?
I just don't like how you gotta pay each month for WoW. So
Yeah.
like it really gets. It's like back in the day when you used to pay for Xbox Live each month. You're
Yep.
basically doing the same damn thing, and we used to bitch about that.
Yep.
So now it's like WoW's doing the same thing, and they're expensive.
It's like what, $16 a month now?
Bro, I pay for it and I barely even play. It's stupid.
It's one of those wasteful things.
My hands are so fucking cold.
I used to know somebody who sold this World of Warcraft account for like bank, and that's probably why.
Bro, I could. I have. You guys probably don't. You're not into it, but I have. Somehow there's like a Pokemon card game for World of Warcraft that was like you buy packs of cards and you get mounts you ride on. Someday I logged in my account and I had like $10,000 worth of mounts on there because somebody hacked me, and I got my account back, which was hacked, but they added all those mounts, so I could still sell mine for a pretty penny. I don't know. I won't do it. I put so many hours in it.
Yeah.
My buddy used to go up to like level like when it was 80. Back when like because now it goes up to 120, right?
Back to 60.
Yeah, it's back to 60 now?
Yeah, even for the expansion. Classic was 60, but they made even the expansion roll back to 60.
Oh, okay.
So, and they made it like you level like fucking quick. So there's no grind. It's all end game shit. Let me spark this up.
I'm gonna buy a fourth mic soon too that I can just rig up to over here.
You could probably just do whatchamacallit. Just have somebody with
A lab?
just a clip.
Yeah, but the problem with that is then I'll have to add that in and line it up.
Yeah.
I got a port. Get a fucking cord. It ain't much work. I've already got it down to this point where it's like, it ain't much fucking.
light?